Welcome to another episode of Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and today I am here to kind of show you what's possible. That's my intention. I'm not going to do 5 tips today. I'm not going to be teaching in that way, but I want to expand your brain. I want you to be like, oh my gosh, this episode has inspired me so much, and that this stuff can actually be done. Not that it can just be done, or oh, Bella can do it, and you know, she can do it, but that doesn't mean I can do it. No, anyone can literally do this. And not only has everything been incorporated into my business and many of my clients' businesses, but I'm going to show you how you can do it into yours too. I'm going to plant the seed, if you will. We won't go through the how-tos today, but I am going to explain to you how this has been possible. And I'm really excited to get going. So, um, let me rewind a little bit. For those of you who might just be getting on this podcast or don't know the full, story of the past 441 episodes that we've had here. I have my own pet sitting company from 2002 to 2016. And when I sold that company in 2016, I was sad. I was so sad because I couldn't do the marketing for it anymore. So, like I always do, I innovate, and no one was really doing marketing in the pet business at the time. And so I started Better Marketing with Bella. It was really important to me to help as many people as I could, but I also understood there was only one of me. And so what we did is we first started off with maybe 5 or 6 people, and the program had grown all the way up to 40 people. And what I did is throughout the years, marketing has always changed in different things. When we started the program, video wasn't important. We weren't really posting video, let alone reels. Um, Carousels weren't a thing. I mean, a lot changes. And so with that program, we were able to create this marketing, have people's fonts, colors, logos, and kind of customize it for them. So what we did is we created it once, and then we customized, or we made it everyone else's. It wasn't really a customization. I had writers, I had designers, it was very volume based, right? But as it went through and as we morphed and changed with that program, what was supposed to happen is that we gave you all the assets, but then you also had to kind of meet us halfway. And that meant that, like, I couldn't be you. I couldn't post your specific pictures, or I couldn't give people something that showed a beach in the summer because not all of my clients were on a beach. You get what I'm saying? And so there was this longing in me I really, really, really wanted to do custom marketing for people. Because in the mastermind, I get to come up with these like really great ideas, or I give people these emails and they send them out, and they're very timely and short and very strategic. And they book thousands of dollars of business. And it's so much fun for me. Like, it's so fun for me to know me. If you know me, you know that I love marketing. So what I did is I ended up burning down the program. And the last time that we did it, it like actually came to a conclusion. May 15th, 2025 was our last delivery. And so our first delivery of the new program was 2 days ago. And this is part of what I want to explain to you. I'm explaining to you the backstory so that you can understand how I got to where I'm at. And then you can understand how you can do this yourself. Because as we incorporate AI into our day, I want to remind you that AI is not coming for your job. But what is happening is that the people that are using AI are coming for your job. What do I mean by that? Well, I don't foresee a robot walking dogs anytime soon. Okay. I'm not going that far. But what I am saying is that all of that stuff that holds your business back, analyzing your bank statements, analyzing your social media to know what works, creating those blogs that will get eyeballs on your website and that will act as lethal weapons that you can post on Nextdoor and in Facebook groups. All of those things that have been on your to-do list, you know, that to-do list that has a to-do list, all of those things are easily done now. And so it just takes that one excited, motivated competition of yours, which I know a lot of you listeners actually are that person. Um, it takes that one person that is now able to operate at an accelerated pace than ever before because they're leveraging the tools, because they're realizing that AI is one of the best hires that they're ever going to make. I was recently at a local AI event this past week, and they had a humanoid there. It was about maybe 3, 4 feet tall. It walked. It actually spoke Korean. It didn't learn English yet. It was only like 5 days old. I will post pictures actually on my Bella Vasta Instagram um, profile. So and on Facebook. So if you follow me, go see me in the blue. You'll see me in the blue dress and like the little humanoid. And it was amazing. But one of the cool things about being around other brilliant people is that they said something to me that I wanted to make sure I also spoke to you. Again, this is just a you and me kind of episode today. What they said was, you know what? We do not work with businesses that don't have a structure because we can't help them with AI unless they've done their SOPs, unless they have their handbooks and manuals, unless they have their workflows and checklists and documentation. So I wanted to ask you, do you have all that done? Or is that another thing that's on your to-do list? I know Carlene, who I've mentioned before here, she came into the mastermind in January, and by the beginning of February, she was writing this testimonial that was like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to do my SOPs for all last year, all of 2024. And she came into the mastermind. She watched the video that's less than 20 minutes on how to do all your own SOPs very quickly. And she had it done in 2 to 3 weeks, something she was trying to do an entire year. Well, yeah, because SOPs are difficult. You have to have like technical language. It has to make sense. It has to be like step by step. And then from those SOPs, you usually have checklists or workflows, it's this beast. And when you're running around and you're being a pet sitter and a dog walker, or a business owner or a manager of a team and people, the last thing you have is this creative space in your brain to look at that blinking cursor on your Google Drive and be like, "Oh yeah, this is what we should write." Right? It's very cumbersome. So what I want to explain is that there's a problem. It used to be a way of life in 2024. But now that we're in 2025, that's a problem. Okay. And if we want to elevate our business, this is the big mindset thing for today. If you want to elevate your business, if you want to do what I'm going to tell you about in the next episode, which is all the different ways that you can easily clone yourself, if you want to do these things, you have to have the documentation to give to AI. You have to have it. And if not for AI, you need to have it to communicate to the people that are in your organization. And just like I did in my GPT class when I taught you how to make your own GPT, this is back in March. And if you want to check it out or just learn about it, you don't even have to get it. It's jumpconsulting.net/bot. I teach you how to create your own GPT, which is essentially cloning part of you, right? And what we did is we took the handbook and the manual and we put it in because we have a problem. You say, oh my God, I've told this person, how we secure a house 20 times and they still can't do it. They're just not remembering. They're they're um they're they're not listening to me. Okay? They're not following directions. Well, what are we doing as the business owner to give them directions in a nice way, in an easy way? I was showing my parents this weekend. I showed them the Bella's House of Pet Sitting bot, which any of you can go to right now. Go to jumpconsulting.net/ask, ASK, BHPS, Bella's House of Pet Sitting, BHPS. And if you go there, that will be my GPT. And it's my old handbook and manual, basically. And you can go there and you can ask it any question. And what it doesn't do, and what I was showing my parents, is it doesn't just like Google, where it just like copy and pastes like a paragraph. It intuitively understands what you're looking for. And then it talks to you and it gives you the answer, and it anticipates any follow-up questions that you might have. It's brilliant. And so if you've never used a GPT before, or you want to see what it looks like in that respect, have at it. Go for it. Have fun. Okay. But today I want to explain to you that, so I drastically changed this whole thing. And yesterday was such a beautiful day for me because while I was exhausted, I had a really busy weekend. I got to meet with about 70% of the business owners that are in this new program called Marketing with Bella. And every single one of them has different needs and requirements. It wasn't what make one thing and then replicate it. Like they all wanted different things. In fact, I want you to understand the list of the depth and the breadth of not only what I provided them, but what you could do with AI right now. Like get your notepad out or get ready to take notes because I'm going to rattle off so much. This is going to overwhelm you. It's going to overwhelm you, but I'm going to give you all these ideas because people are like, oh, yeah, I can use AI to reword an email. No, 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 no. Okay. Weekly group postings for Facebook groups or Nextdoor. Those are like the attention or the conversation starters. Custom sales scripts, networking game plans, holiday promotions, email marketing campaigns, social media graphics and captions, welcome email sequences, lead magnet writing and design, blog posts that are 1,500 to 2,000 words. And by the way, I spoke about this in my last podcast episode. No, Google will not demote you for using AI on those. Website video reviews, pricing feedback and strategy, booth scripts for events, branding guides, hiring ads, personalized GPTs, Instagram reels, Instagram scripts, highlight covers, bark cards, flyers, rack cards, brochures, postcard mailers, celebration graphics, testimonials, evergreen quote graphics, client emails, bio rewrites, website banners, and literally anything you can dream up with. If you're watching this right now, this is what this includes, okay? There is so much stuff, and we're also not limited to this. But let me also explain to you that with all the things that I offered people, one of the most beautiful things that I heard yesterday was, I am so impressed with what you gave me that I'm going to give you creative run for the next month. They're like, I don't even want to pick it. Whatever you think I should get, I totally trust it. And now I just get to go create. I came up with one, well, me and AI came up with one of the most fabulous, it's top secret. I can't explain it all to you, but I will tell you that it involves Spotify. I will not tell you the deployment or the positioning or the strategy of it, but I am like literally like, why haven't I thought of this before? And it's something that's evergreen. And every single person, and I gave it as a bonus. It was like basically a whole pack, a whole program. Um, and it's just beautiful. My point to you today is this is what AI is allowing us to do if we get out of our own way. Okay? This isn't that AI did it. It's that I came up with a strategy, I talked to it, I tweaked it, and every single one of these business owners, I spent about 90 minutes onboarding each one of them because every single one of them has different secret sauce, different vernacular. Some are affected by they're in Connecticut and they have the four seasons. Others are in Arizona where we have monsoons coming, right? And so very different conversations, very different points of reference, very different graphics. Guys, I had so many landmarks that I was able to put in, whether they were mountain ranges or fountains or water towers. And I was able to create these things for people that now the graphics that are inside their blog looks exactly like it was just taken right where they're at. It's absolutely amazing. And if you're not customizing your own marketing right now, if you are still going into stock photos, you're doing it wrong. I was even able to take the avatar from one of my companies that I'm helping, and I created a figure, a woman, and we called her Ava. And this is now Ava, and Ava is stored in this AI's memory now. And I made a graphic with AI with Ava being like, "Oh no." And then I was like, "Okay, now make her happy." And it was like we put two of her on this graph. I put two of her on this graphic. And it's like the same woman. It's like I went out and got a photo shoot. It's like I created my own stock photos. What? But it's in the setting that I want. I can have Ava walking down the street with adobe houses looking like she's in DC Ranch neighborhood of Scottsdale, Arizona. Or I could have her in Saugus, Massachusetts, where the houses and the streets and the sidewalks look a lot different. That's important. That's what your website should have. It is very easy for us to do it. I'm wondering, are people going to keep sticking their head in the sand, or are they going to be the ones that are going to leverage AI as a tool and blast their competition out of the water? I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this right now, you're probably that person. And you're probably that person wondering, how do I do this? Well, you already know how you can do this and how you can learn it. You know that I am here helping you. You know that I'm approaching 30 videos right now in my community, teaching you all kinds of things. And I'm kind of like your personal concierge in there. I want you to think to yourself, what does this make possible? And I want you to think to yourself, are you going to be that business in your area making this happen? And being like, other people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe everything that you're doing. This is amazing. And you're really like, hee 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 hee, because you know how to use the tools of today. I'll tell you, Google ads, Facebook ads, that stuff is difficult. That stuff is not easy. AI is easy. The hardest part about AI is you, your brain, and getting out of the way. I'm telling you, it absolutely is. And that is why I've dedicated everything in my life to using AI. Guys, if there is a business owner out there, I know it's no one listening, that is not using AI in their business, that is like not using a cell phone and not using a computer in your business. It is only going to get increasingly more and more valuable. And let me also tell you, I want to commend every single person in my community and in the industry. Maybe they're not in the community, maybe they're just doing it on their own, who have been incorporating AI into their life and into their business. What they're doing is they're building up so much memory in there, which can only really happen over time. They're seasoning it, if you will. Okay. They're seasoning their, just like as if you would season um, a steak or something. They're seasoning it so that you, by the time the steak matures or marinates, it's going to taste amazing. You can't just slap a piece of meat on the grill, right? You season it a little bit, make it taste good. And that's what's happening with AI. And so the longer that you use it, the more these platforms are learning about your nuances and your the backstory and the little tiny things. It's only going to help you by getting started now. You don't have to be a ninja. You just have to get your feet wet. Okay. And so we got something. I mean, like this stuff is possible now. It's absolutely possible. And there's no way I would ever been able to do this new marketing program with people if this was even last year. Because last year, like last summer, the pictures were still like maybe like 4 fingers instead of 5 fingers, or like, the dog would have like 5 legs. No, it's not like that anymore. Literally, I understand why now Tyler Perry was like, let's halt our movie production because I just saw what AI is doing and how it's going to impact the studios. Yeah, Google's VEO is like mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. And while I've been creating all this stuff for people, it's literally like a symphony. In my next episode, I am going to teach you how to clone yourself in all the different ways. I already told you and showed you my friend George. That was maybe like 6, 7 episodes ago. But I'm going to show you, or I'm going to explain to you the possibilities that you have to go clone your written word, your photo, like, to impose yourself in different situations, your voice, your video, like what I'm doing right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, okay? And then I'm also going to show you my favorite tool, which is Magi, jumpconsulting.net/Magi for 30% off the first 3 months. It's $20 a month or $29 a month. It might be different. I'm not sure. It's very cheap. It's very affordable. And under that one roof, you get almost all the LLMs, the language models, and a lot of the video and picture models. So that's really cool because if you had to go log into every single site, not only is that the username and password, and then maybe a monthly membership, but it just gets kind of overwhelming. There's too many things, right? But when you have one platform that brings them all to you and you can toggle between them, or maybe there's like a new LLM that comes out and you're wondering what's the difference, you can give the same prompt to like 4 different LLMs all at the same time. Like let's say ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, and you throw them all in there, and then you can see for yourself right then and there like how it performs differently. So I want you to understand, guys, that the future's here. This isn't coming, it's here. And it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I remember sitting in my friend's condo in Hoboken, New Jersey, looking at Manhattan. It must have been around like maybe 2008. And yeah, because everything was happening then. But I remember creating, I probably still have them. They're probably very grainy. Facebook Lives. I was uploading videos, teaching people that they needed to get a Facebook page for their business. And this feels like that, but 10 times heavier. I am sitting here telling you, and I've been squawking about it. First time I talked about AI on this podcast was like a year and a half ago. Okay. Our first training was the beginning of 2024 in the mastermind. And that was when the picture models were terrible. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. AI is never going to be as dumb as it is today, which means tomorrow it's going to be smarter. Which means if at any point maybe you've tried out AI before and you were like, oh, it's dumb, it doesn't work, it's generic. It's not true. Maybe you have thought, oh, that's cheating. It's not the right way to, I have to work hard, I have to struggle in order to achieve any of my goals. That's stinking thinking. That's what I mean all the time when I say there's a mindset shift that we need to equate for. So, anyways, to kind of wrap this up, the icing on the cake for me yesterday, and this is what I want to share with you, is that my clients were so excited. They were so excited at what I gave them. They were squealing. And I love it when we get to that point because I feel like, yes, ever have those moments where you feel like I'm exactly where I need to be? Not only did I felt like a kid that got to color and create with AI, right? Because I personally love it. But I got to customize this stuff in a way that one, they would never be able to do because they're busy running around. Like, I know how to do this. I know all of the different tools that I use in the kitchen, right? I know all of it's not just salt and pepper, okay? I got a whole spice rack. I got a lot of different tools. And I'm able to take their unique requests and what they want and do that. And so for the point of this episode today, I am only here to tell you that it is here. You can do it. There's no difference between you and I. There's absolutely no difference between you and I. But what I'm trying to say to you is that it can happen. The only person that's in the way of you making that happen for your business and like, let's say marketing, there's so many other areas, is you. And that was one of the beautiful things that I also noticed in this crowd. There were some people in this local meeting. There were some people that knew almost nothing or only knew ChatGPT. And there were other people that understood the quantum field of all of this, like on a really, really high level. And it was so beautiful being involved with all of these people. But the thing that really stood out to me and that really inspired this episode is that one, it's here. Two, AI, as it keeps developing, like, don't you want to like grow up with it? Don't you want to develop with it? I would get in it now for so many reasons because the more time and effort and information you give it, the better your results are going to be. It's information and instruction, right? It's not a people problem or a process problem. It's information and instruction. Give it the right information, give it the right instruction. You guys have probably heard me say this so many times. I'm not going to stop because that's truly what it is. And the other thing is that it's not difficult to learn. Like my trainings are all less than 20 minutes for every single thing that I show people. because it's so easy to do. There's no like coding to learn. There's no like, where do I click? Like, can you do a regular chat? Can you talk? Can you type? Yes, my daughter is writing a book right now as I'm doing this now. She has created characters and she's on her like, I don't know, 15th series of this book right now. That's what she's doing. And we're gonna like put them on Amazon and she can like buy it off of Amazon. Like I'm gonna make her an author. Why not? She's doing her podcast episodes on the outline on ChatGPT, and she's just talking to it. That's how easy this is. You just have to know how to think, and I believe in this so much that I'm teaching her how to think, how to prompt it. Okay, yes, it's absolutely with a lot of supervision, and it's absolutely scrolling through and making sure that their stories aren't turning, dark and crazy or whatever. But this is the future. This is the future. The future has arrived. And I want to hear what you think. Even if it's like, but Bella, insert, stinking thinking here. I want to hear all of it. I want to hear what's preventing you from being victorious with AI right now. Because everything in your business, SOPs, do you have your SOPs done? Okay, maybe you have your SOPs done. Maybe you hired someone to write them for you because you need a technical writer. And then do you have checklists? Do you have checklists for your office manager? Does your office manager know, or are you one of the delegators that's like, hey, can you figure it out and write it down? Because that's not going to work. I will bet you a coaching session that will never work. Because I've seen people do that. That's what they do. Oh, well, I have an office manager. I'm just going to tell her to write down what she's doing. I'm sorry, no, that's not going to work. There's no way that someone can do that for their entire job unless they came to you as like a technical writer and they're like very detail oriented and organized and like they've done this before. They've done workflows before. They understand what a workflow is, Anyways, I'm going to come back next week, and next week I am going to teach you some stuff. I'm going to tell you exactly where to go. Just to recap really quick, if you want to go to the mastermind, jumpconsulting.net/mastermind, join us now. If you want to go to learn how to do a bot, jumpconsulting.net/bot. You want to learn how to, or you want to try my old bot out, or not my old bot, I didn't have it with my business, but it's like a tester. Jumpconsulting.net/askbhps. You want to get in on my friend Dustin's software that I've been using forever and a lot of my mastermind members use too and get access to all the LLMs in one spot. Jumpconsulting.net/magi, MAGAI. You press it right there. That's where you'll get the 30% off for the first 3 months. I'm literally handing it to you on a silver platter. I want you to comment, email, or DM me. What is your excuse for not jumping in? I genuinely want to know. There's absolutely no judgment. I want to know. I want to hear back from you. I want to hear back from you. All right, you guys, when life gets you down, always keep jumping. Bye now.